During an interview on Tuesday of this past week on Real America's Voice, Marjorie Taylor Greene accused the Democrats of doing an unspeakable thing to the American public. An absolutely horrendous thing that we never thought we would see a political party do to members of the public. And that thing, Marjorie Taylor Greene says, is creating happiness. That's right, folks. Marjorie Taylor Greene is furious that people are happy with what the Democrats are doing. And by God, she is not going to let that happiness stand. No siree. Here's what Marjorie Taylor Greene said on Real America's Voice. I think we're going to hear Joe Biden. He's going to claim victory over COVID. And if he does that, then you'll know the Democrats are lying. You'll know for sure, like we've already known all along, that they're just using COVID for politics. And they're very much looking to move on and create happiness going into the midterms. Those sons of bitches, right? Creating happiness here in the United States? There is no place for happiness here. Everybody needs to be miserable all the time because that's what Marjorie Taylor Greene is. That's what all these Republicans are. Just no joy whatsoever in their lives. And honestly, that was my big takeaway from this. As stupid as her comment is, I want you to think about it. When you see these Republicans on TV, when you see them do their little YouTube shows and all that, you see your Tuckers and your Hannitys and your Marjorie Taylor Greenes and your Boeberts, are they ever actually genuinely happy? Do you ever see them spontaneously burst out in laughter out of just pure joy? Like having fun with anything they do in life at all? No, you don't. It's all forced if you ever see it. These are truly miserable people who hate happiness. And they want everybody else to be just as miserable as they are. Now, having said that, I'm going to say another thing here. I do agree, to an extent, that we're seeing the lifting of COVID restrictions right now, even though we're at about averaging 1,900 deaths per day, which, we're at basically the highest part of death that we've had throughout 2 years of pandemic. So it's still horrible, absolutely horrible. But I do feel, and I did a video on this, that Democrats are lifting these restrictions to try to butter people up ahead of the midterms. I do think that's happening, yes, to a degree. And I think it's silly. Wearing a mask is not the worst thing in the world. It's not hurting anybody unless you're just using the same mask for 2 years and not ever washing it. But it does make people happier. So, it is what it is. Being happy is not a bad thing. But I think people would also be more happy with the Democrats if they forgave student loan debt, if they worked to get us universal health care, if they implemented debt-free college, if we passed the Green New Deal, which is supported by a majority of voters in this country, as are the other policies I just mentioned. Those would make people genuinely happy here in the United States. It would improve our lives tremendously in ways that we can't even fathom. That would make us happy. That would make us smile. And that would ensure that Democrats cruise to an easy victory in the midterms. Lifting COVID restrictions isn't going to do that. But Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to do whatever she can to make damn sure that COVID restrictions or not, you aren't happy.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.